All right, hey everyone, this is Pre-Calculus 30, section 1.2, function transformations. This is question number 14. It was asked about this question, so I'm going to do this one here for you. It says this: consider the function f of x given by, it's described as x plus 4 all times x minus 3, as you see here. And it says, without graphing the function, determine the zeros after each transformation. So the zeros, remember, are the intercepts. Okay, now I'm not going to graph the function, but just so we have a bit of a visual, the intercepts here, given this, remember these are factors here, and the intercepts, or the zeros, come wherever these individual factors are equal to 0. So we have x equals negative 4 and x equals positive 3. Okay, so those are intercepts. Now that's all I'm going to graph. It says don't graph, okay, but just a visual. That's where we're at. Now, so think about these as points, okay? If we reflect about the x-axis, so if if the a value is negative, they just rotate on the x-axis. They don't move, right? If they flip about the y-axis, then yeah, they're going to move, okay? And again, if they are stretched vertically, these don't move at all. If they're stretched horizontally, they will move, okay? So anything that affects the x direction, all right, of the transformations, which is going to be b, right, the horizontal stretch, and h, the horizontal movement. So anything that happens with those ones, b and h, they're going to change the points. Okay, so a, 4 times f of x. So this is f of x. So that's like a vertical stretch by a factor of 4. Okay, wherever the points are, vertical stretch, factor of 4. Guess what? These points, this is 0. So what's 0 times 4? 0. So these points do not change. So we have negative 4, 0, and 3, 0. Okay, invariant points. See that? With a vertical stretch, everything above the x-axis gets multiplied by 4. Everything below gets multiplied by 4 in that negative direction. But anything that's on the x-axis, that's a y of 0. So 4 times a 0 would be still 0. All right, this is a b value. This is gonna affect us, isn't it? So this is the graph flipping about the y-axis, okay? And so yeah, so this point is actually going to flip around over here. This point is going to flip around to over here. So these intercepts now, the zeros, are actually going to be, we're going to have negative 3, 0, and positive 4, 0. See? This one's going to go over to there, to 4. This one's going to go back here to negative 3. See that? When they flip, when they rotate sort of around this y-axis, you see that? Okay, so that's your b. Now this one also, okay, this is also a b. That's pretty important. That's going to affect this as well. So I'll adjust my diagram here a little bit. So what's going to happen here? Well, okay, so b of 1/2. Remember, if b is less than 1, that means it stretches out further in the x direction. Okay? All right, so by a factor of 1 over 1/2, or by a factor of 2. So, oh, I erased the wrong one here. All right, so we've got negative 4 and 3. So guess what? This is going to go out by a factor of 2. That's going to be negative 8, 0. This one's going to go up by a factor of 2. That's going to be 6, 0. You with me? Okay. Here's a b value of 2. Okay, so that means the horizontal stretch is going to be by a factor of 1 over 2. So this is where they come in by a half. Come in by a half. So this is going to be negative 2, 0, and this one's going to be 3 over 2, 0, or 1.50 you could write. All right. Now I'm just going to double check what I did this before, so everything lines up there. Okay. Very good. All right. So hope that helps. That's for number 14 on 1.2.